Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gus Johnson.
Hi.
What the fuck? And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Hello.
I don't know what I was doing there. How are you guys today?
I'm all right. Here in the Midwest. Out in
Nice
the
summer day.
Appalachian Mountains.
How you doing, Gav?
Going good. Is it because you found out that Yellowstone's getting its season 5 production?
No, I don't know why I did
boy
that
time?
voice. But Yellowstone Season 5 is starting production in Montana, so woohoo.
Haven't
Let's
seen
go.
any of those.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's good.
They make Hamburger Helper in one episode, so that was cool.
Yeah, I know. I recorded it and sent it to you.
Another reason to like Beth.
Beth, the female lead,
Yes.
Gavin is in love with.
Yes.
So there's a scene where she made Hamburger Helper.
Wow.
And Gavin loves
checking
Hamburger Helper.
Checking all the boxes.
Yeah, I know, dude. I was like, bro, where is she?
Gavin
Where do they live?
Loves Hamburger Helper.
Need info.
But yeah, that's
You mean Gus Johnson?
Gus Johnson.
I don't know who Gavin is.
Do you know who Gus Johnson is?
Well, I'm going to assume a sports announcer.
Yes.
Yes, there
you
you
are
go.
correct, Gus.
Correct.
Thanks.
What a guy.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's yee this ha.
Yeah.
And we are back. I just want to start by saying thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, leave a comment of your thoughts and opinions, anything you want us to talk about, let us know, and we'll get on that.
And if you don't,
Gus Johnson
I'll
will
know.
come to your house.
I'll know. Just that's all. I'll know that you didn't do it.
Yeah, and you don't want him to know.
No, you don't.
All right. Well, let's quickly go to Jacob with sports.
Yeah, I'm not doing sports this week.
No sports this week.
All right.
That has been the sports update from the White Noise Podcast.
It was rough.
So a rough week.
Rough here in Phoenix.
Damn. How about them D-backs, baby?
And rough for them,
Also,
too.
They just
lost
lost.
4 in a row. How about the Cardinals training camp, baby?
I haven't been keeping up with that. That going good? No more? No idea?
I just see the post, but I scroll past them.
All right, they're going great.
It's rough.
Arizona's-
My life is pain.
How about them Coyotes?
Are they doing good?
Coyotes? The Rattlers. The Rattlers are always usually doing
Rattlers
really
are
well.
always doing well, yeah.
There you go.
Have
There's
no
the Arizona team to
frame
get
of
behind.
mind.
I'm just excited for the Mercury to start up again, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Me too, Ethan. Me too. I can't wait.
I am aware of their schedule, yes.
No, just real quick on sports. Apparently, there's a lot of revenge games this year.
Such as?
That's what they call them. Like, week 1, Denver in Seattle.
Like Russell Wilson
Russell
going back
Wilson
to Seattle.
going back to Seattle.
Yes.
The Cardinals, Chandler Jones plays the Cardinals this year.
Week 2.
He's at Raiders. Who else? Those are 2 I remember.
Do the Jags play the Cardinals at
Bro,
all?
if I was making the schedule, I'd do that all the time,
Do that
too.
on purpose.
All right, week 1, Russell Wilson goes back to Seattle. Yes. Rematch, Bills, Chiefs from the playoffs. Yes.
Overtime.
Yes.
That's not happening. though.
Hashtag
I think
change
Bengals and Chiefs play this season. And the Cardinals play Bengals preseason game 1. So,
Is it
So the first
in-
quarter of that game will be cool.
Is it here? Is it home?
I don't know.
That'd be lit.
I would love to go.
Go see Showtime Joey.
Go see Joe Shiesty. Joe Burr.
Don't you guys have fucking Hollywood too?
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do now.
Where's he from?
I'll give you one fucking guess. Man.
No, it should be fun. It should be an interesting season. I will have low expectations.
As will I.
Yeah, like I said, the Cardinals could literally go undefeated the entire regular season, and I won't care until the playoffs start.
Yep, same here. When you have low expectations, you can't be disappointed.
True. Sounds very depressing.
But,
Yep.
but
is the way.
I'm never disappointed. So,
True.
I'm always disappointed.
yeah, he has high expectations.
Yes.
If you don't win the
I get
Super Bowl,
sucked in every year.
disappointed.
But So that's sports this week.
Sad.
Very depressing, very sad.
Not for Dallas, I guess.
Sad.
I'm gonna hit the outro.
Can't believe we have that depressing sports talk with Gus Johnson here, but it's whatever.
Sorry, Gus.
So that's okay. Sad days in Arizona.
T-shirt idea: a shirt with all of Gavin's names.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool. Gabby Wabby.
You'd have to be updating
Gabby, Galvatron,
it. Like White Noise Season 1, Gavin names.
Make it like a 100-episode special.
Whoa, 100 episodes, 100 names. Just post a montage of you saying all his names.
I'll do that.
That'd be cool.
I will do that. I think the first episode I called you Gavin. Everything after
Really?
that. Yeah. Maybe. No, yeah, everything
I'll
after
have
that
to go
was...
back and watch for that. The one time. We also started off that episode with Welcome Back.
Did we?
I think so.
No, we didn't.
I thought we did that as a joke because it was our first episode.
No, I think that's a story I told you about Austin.
What?
Austin, years ago, recorded himself, and he said, "Welcome back to my first vlog."
On his YouTube channel.
He had a YouTube
He was
channel.
like, what, 11?
He's
Is it still there or what?
No.
I have no idea.
Drop
don't
the
think
fucking
so.
YouTube
Who
channel.
knows what his
But-
name was?
Sponsor it.
Welcome
Kratos
back to my
Sniper.
first vlog. That's funny. Contradicting, but funny. Speaking of funny, how about that She-Hulk trailer?
Yeah, I just watched it. Since
I did too.
you brought it up.
I knew it came out, and I was like, "Oh, we should probably talk about that on the podcast," but I didn't.
I
get around to
literally
watching
didn't even
it.
know that was a thing. Like you asking, have you seen the She-Hulk trailer? Like that's the first time I've ever heard of it. So
I mean, I knew it was in production for a while, back when like all of the other shows were announced.
I did not.
Yeah, me too.
To be honest, I kind of looked forward to it, but the trailer might have averted some of that hype because She-Hulk in the comics is actually kind of cool, but in the show, I don't know. I'll give it some time, I guess.
Yeah.
to let it marinate. I don't know much
Marinate.
about She-Hulk, so
So I know in the past I have been on the record saying CGI mess ups or slip ups or wonky CGI visuals don't really bother me,
right.
but I think I have said unless it takes you out of it. And here's the thing with She-Hulk is, yes, it's probably still not completely finished and polished, but it is jarring to look at the CGI
She
of
looks
She-Hulk.
very CG in
Yeah.
the trailer.
It looks like kind of how
They really should have just painted her green.
that's what I said. I was like, they should have just painted her green.
Ferrigno.
And it's very reminiscent of like the first Sonic trailer.
Oh my god!
Like just how
yeah.
bad it was. And I think the big thing with me like not caring when it comes to like Moon Knight's CGI compared to this is it's a person.
Oh no, Moon Knight
You know?
CGI blows us out of the water. Doesn't look anywhere near as bad. It's still not good, but not as bad.
But it's also a person, so there's that uncanny valley type of thing. You know what that is, Gav?
no, what is
No?
it? Explain
Oh.
to our viewers.
I don't want to anymore.
Okay. Yes, I
Uncanny
know
valley.
what you're talking about.
Okay, sorry, gosh. But for those of you that don't know, uncanny valley is when you can identify that something is not human, but you can't really pinpoint why. And a lot of the theory or things said about it is like because there's not a soul to it, and human beings have a soul. You can see a soul in Gavin's eyes. I'm looking at him in the eyes right now.
Can you?
We're very adept at identifying
Identifying
human
human
faces,
faces.
and features and stuff. So when things are just a little off, our minds can pick up on that, even if we don't explicitly, we can't point
you
out
go.
what it is.
Jacob's really good at explaining stuff.
Our subconscious can pick it out like that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not quite human, but something's off. Whereas if it's hyper realistic and looks really good, then the payoff is really good.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something CG that's not supposed to look realistic, then that could look really good as well and be stylized. But if you're like in the middle of let's try to make it look human, but you don't quite make it all the way, then that's where our minds can be like, that looks weird. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's where this trailer rests. At that sweet
Well,
spot in the middle.
Let's talk about the
lowest
worst
spot
part.
in the valley.
Let's talk about the worst part about this show. Gavin just brought it up before we started
Wait,
recording.
I didn't fact check that.
Fact check it real quick, and I'll keep talking.
Okay.
But that is an
I
in.
thought like Hulk looked good, like
Well,
he normally does,
yeah.
right?
So why did they make him look good? But maybe because they have a lot of data already for him.
I guess a lot of assets.
Assets.
I don't know. I have no idea how
I have
the
no idea
process
how it
works.
works. I'm sure there's some.
Maybe it is just not finished yet. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Like
Or
we should
like-
we should probably finish Hulk before we finish She-Hulk and release the trailer for She-Hulk, but make Hulk look really good.
I don't know.
But as in other Disney Plus Marvel news, Kevin Feige said that season 2 of Loki is underway and the whole original cast is returning.
Coming around to it.
I only watched the first episode, I think. And he also said, speaking of us not watching it, Loki was the most watched Disney Plus Marvel show.
Marvel. Okay, cool.
Maybe Disney Plus show in general. No, Mandalorian's definitely on that list.
Yeah, gotta be.
Um,
But Kenobi's coming out soon. So
I know.
I'm excited
Looking
for
forward
that.
to that one.
Like I said, I haven't been thinking about it or checking the calendar, and here it is. It's already here.
next week, right?
Yep.
Next weekend. 2 episodes in the first day.
Because it was supposed to come out.
It's supposed to come out Wednesday.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out this week.
No, next Wednesday.
Oh, next
so they only
Wednesday?
pushed it back by 2 days.
Oh, I thought it was a whole week.
No.
They pushed back by 2 days and said,
Yeah.
fuck it, we'll drop another episode.
Yeah, and people are happy about it.
All right.
If they just pushed it back for no reason, people would be like, no, why? That's horrible. And then it's like, but we'll release 2 episodes. This
Why did
is
they push it back
acceptable.
Because Star Wars Celebration or something was going on that week.
Oh.
They didn't want it to conflict, so they just pushed it a day, 2 days. You're like, okay, 2 episodes.
I'm looking forward to it.
I've been looking forward to this.
In other television news, I just read here, that 90s show, which I feel like I've heard about for years that they were going to do it, or maybe it was just rumors, but apparently they're actually doing it. So a sequel to that 70s show, if you didn't catch on to that.
No, I had no idea what you were talking about. I was like, what 90s show? Friends?
They did a that 80s show, but it was a spin-off reboot. None of the original cast was coming back. However, in that 90s show, it'll take place in 1995.
Class of 95.
And the 3 big stars that are coming back are Topher Grace, who plays Eric, and then Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. So Kelso and
no Fez?
as of right now, no Fez.
No.
And the Foreman parents are returning as well, so Red and
cool.
Kitty.
Peter?
She does she?
Yeah, it does the
Oh my
voice.
gosh, that's funny. I forgot about that.
It's the most distinct voice.
Yeah.
Every time I watch her in that show, I can just I only think of Family Guy.
But yeah, Gavin, did you ever watch that 70s show?
I did not. I think I've seen clips from just memes about it, but I have not actually seen the
Jackie!
full episode.
That's the name of the character. Mila Kunis plays Jackie.
Yes.
Okay.
When it comes to sitcoms, I don't think I've ever actually seen one aside from Full House.
Really? Seen
In its
in
entirety?
its entirety or just in general?
Does The Office count as a sitcom? Is that a sitcom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sitcom.
And other than
With its own
children's
twist.
stuff, but if we're going adult sitcoms, I haven't. Drake and Josh and iCarly I've seen, but nothing your parents would have watched.
Nothing.
So
my parents
How I Met Your
watched.
Mother, 2.5 Men, fucking I don't know, Family Matters, that type stuff. You know what I mean? That 70s
Damn,
show.
I loved sitcoms.
I've seen a lot of episodes of that 70s show, but I've never
Me too.
watched it through.
I've probably watched the first 3 seasons the most.
I wouldn't say I've seen it.
Yeah, and then I've seen the finale, so I know how it ends. But I'm like, wow, so much has changed in this big gap that I skipped.
You know, my dad does watch Roseanne a lot, so I've seen a few episodes of that.
There's a lot of sitcoms.
I know.
King of Queens and
Oh, yeah.
Is Sopranos a
Kevin
sitcom?
James. I don't think
I don't
so.
think
no.
it is. No.
What is that?
It's like a mafia drama.
Wait, that is not a fucking...
What?
I redact that statement. Carry on.
The Sopranos.
Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, I've seen Friends a bunch of times. I've seen The Office a couple times. How I Met Your Mother.
I've heard Seinfeld was... I've never been able to get into the humor of Seinfeld, but I've heard it was one of the best sitcoms.
I know. That's what I've heard
you
too.
can watch it today and it still holds up, right?
I think so. I've seen.
what I've heard.
I've seen a handful of episodes in the past couple months, and I enjoy it. I like Jerry Seinfeld's very sarcastic humor. Mm-hmm. It's reminiscent of Chandler's character in Friends, but not as exaggerated. More grounded, more delivered with like dry humor.
Is that
think
where
that's the
that
best.
that meme template comes from? It's like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Seinfeld.
Thumbnail.
No, and like Seinfeld was one of the, I think, like breaking records when it came out, and then Jerry Seinfeld said, "All right, let's end it." So like it never had like a peak moment or a decline. It was just,
I thought it went on for like several seasons though.
it was like 9 seasons
Yeah,
or
what
something. Yeah,
Jeez.
How long does it take to peak?
he decided
Fucking
to
damn.
end it.
It's all rise.
He's like, if we end it now, then we won't end it on a bad note.
Makes me wonder.
Admirable.
From what I've heard,
Going back to Sopranos, does that classify as a soap opera then?
I can see it classifying as a soap opera.
Maybe, you know how we were talking about
Perhaps.
like what classifies as like a soup or something like that?
Yeah.
Or a sandwich? What classifies a show as a soap opera versus a sitcom?
Oh, soap opera. There's a huge difference there.
So it's like, what does Sopranos fall under? Is that just a TV show? Like, what is it?
well,
It says
obviously it's a TV
drama.
show.
Well, yeah, it's a drama, but soap opera. Days of Our Lives is a drama, but it's also a soap.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a sitcom.
What is the definition of a soap opera, Jacob? Why
I'll look
don't
it
you look that up for us.
Sopranos is, on Wikipedia, an American crime drama television series.
So it's just a drama. I wouldn't say it's a
So
soap
like
opera.
Walking Dead would just be a drama. Breaking Bad would just be like a drama series.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to go on Netflix and like look at all these TV shows, watch the first episode, and then watch the last episode.
Why?
I don't know. I was like, I want to see the
And
ending.
you take the piss whenever I fucking watch the ending of a movie before I know like what happens.
I said when I was a child, I didn't know any better as a child.
You didn't know any bullshit. You knew better. You just didn't want to wait. You didn't have the patience. Uncrafted, unrefined.
How dare you?
Fuck you.
Damn.
So a soap opera is typically a long-running television series characterized by melodrama and sentimentality.
What does that mean?
Like
Unga bunga language,
Emotions.
please.
human relationships.
Sounds kind of
Like
boring.
that's the main
Well, yeah.
focus. Like,
It's like
oh
Grey's
my God, did
Anatomy.
you hear what, like Gossip? If Gossip was a TV show,
That's good.
That's a soap
That
opera.
is a... You hit the nail on the head.
like OMG, my sister cheated on her husband with the gardener and all the stuff.
if
that
Gossip was a TV show.
Stretch that out to a season.
That's a soap opera.
If Gossip was a TV show, I like that. I'm going to get that on a shirt.
Oh, okay.
If Gossip was a TV show.
Jacob Kessler, 2022. Put my name in there.
That's funny. That's cool. But yeah, TV shows. They're pretty cool. They're pretty
I
rad.
need to watch The Sopranos.
The Boys season 3 is coming out in June, I think.
Watching that preview for the Death Battle made me really want to watch The Boys season 2, just
Yeah?
because it reminded me of how much I fucking love Homelander.
Trying to segue into that. But yeah, Death Battle for
Yeah, speaking of The Boys,
Homelander and Omni-Man. That should be the Gavin versus Wild. Let's do Homelander versus Gavin versus Omni-Man.
I win. I don't even need a buff. You need to buff them.
I think that would be a pretty good fight. Well,
I
the
exist
two
and
of
they
them.
don't. So
Oh, okay.
we already.
Does
Yeah.
Gavin get pit crew leader Paul in his ear?
He probably does.
You can give them to them. They might need it.
You're so dumb. TV shows. They're great. Jay, we got any TV shows on your mind?
Grey's Anatomy is classified as a soap opera,
Yes.
which makes sense, but
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
not one
drama
that I
show.
think about.
Really?
As like a soap opera?
I just said Grey's Anatomy too.
Oh,
I would consider that as a drama
I
series.
was ignoring
thought.
you.
I consider that as a soap opera. That, General Hospital.
Yeah.
What about Parks and Rec?
No.
It's
Sitcom?
a sitcom, yeah.
Sitcom.
Sitcom.
Comedy. Sitcom.
So it's like is
Situational comedy is what it
I was
stands
gonna
for.
say, is The Office a sitcom? That
Yes.
doesn't-
Yeah, it's a situational comedy.
So weird though. It doesn't
In an office,
play
a
in the
comedy.
same formula.
That's the sit.
It's a mockumentary.
Yeah.
Sitcom.
Okay, that's the word I was going
That became like
Yeah.
its own subgenre
Yeah.
after that. Like
And
The Office, Parks and Rec.
The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn. I need to watch that
Nine-Nine.
shit.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is awesome.
And then what's the one that takes place when they're at school? They're out of college or something like that?
Community?
Oh, yeah.
Community. there you
That's a good one too. I've seen that one a bunch.
Guess you like sitcoms, mockumentaries.
Well, Community.
go. They are funny.
Here's the thing about Community.
Yeah.
It is on a decline immediately.
What?
It's on a decline.
Well, season 1, 2, and 3 are great, but after that, it's downhill.
Damn.
But
it's
you
like
still
any
watch it because it's
DC show?
entertaining. Any DC show?
Oof. Glad I didn't waste my time with any of those either.
I heard the Flash season 2 was good, but I heard Flash season 3 was poo-poo.
Anything after season 1 is bad. When they came out, it was awesome. But then you go back to watch it and you're like, ugh.
Dude, I tried to get into Arrow. My mom was like, yeah, dude, just watch the first season. I'm like, what the fuck? Watch the first season. After like the 4th episode, I was like, damn, this is kind of like ass. Not gonna lie.
That only applies to One Punch Man.
Watch the first season.
That's it.
Just watch the first
I
season.
loved the second season of One Punch Man.
Didn't watch it. You got the whole story. It's a satire. Season 1, that's all you need.
True.
The story's told.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't watch anime.
Is there any like show where it's just great throughout? Like
Seinfeld.
modern show.
Sons of Anarchy, I've heard.
Sons of Anarchy is
There's no low
Breaking
points.
Bad.
I'd say there's some slow points in Breaking Bad.
I think
I love Breaking Bad. I'm watching
Yeah.
it right now. But
I-
there is some slow points.
I think Sons of Anarchy does not have those low points or slow points.
I've been rewatching The Walking Dead, and I'm gonna say, might not have been as good as after when they, killed Glenn. But
Spoiler
I
alert.
didn't think it was. We spoiled it like we spoiled it like twice. At
How
one point.
long ago did that happen?
Like a month and a half ago or something.
What?
No,
the
in the
Glenn
show.
died.
Oh,
Like
that-
2018, 2017?
I thought that was
It's
before
gotta
that.
be longer than that.
I was gonna say, I think we were like freshmen in high school, sophomore in high school.
Nope.
Dude,
We weren't.
Gran was still alive when this shit happened.
Okay, I remember I was really close with someone watching it at the same time, and I didn't know him freshman year. Gavin.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm fact checking you.
Anyways, Walking Dead, yeah, but I would say Sons of Anarchy is a show that doesn't have slow points. That's not to say that there aren't moments of the show that are better than others, but I think it's pretty consistent throughout, and it is a
2016.
consistent show. Look at that. I said 2017 at my...
I said 2018.
I said 2018, 2017. So 2016, I'm 1 year off.
Can't give a 2-year fucking range and be like, I'm 1 year off. It's 2 years off.
I hate you.
Ouch.
Walking Dead is on a slow
wrong.
decline.
It's on its last season.
It's an old dog you just need to kill.
It's still going.
It's on its
on its last season.
I think it's coming out with a movie too.
It's coming out with like 3 movies.
Is it 3 movies?
I thought so.
I thought I heard somewhere about that, but I wasn't sure. Wonder what Andrew Lincoln's up to.
Yeah.
This man really just carried the whole show and then said, I'm out.
It's like, I want to go spend time with my kids across the pond.
What type of show is Shark Tank? What is that?
A reality show?
Is that a reality show?
Reality show.
So it's like you would classify that in the same group as like Jersey Shore
In a sense.
or like Keeping
Real
Up with the Kardashians.
events. Non-fiction. Yeah. I'm sure there's subcategories to reality shows.
Yes.
Like the competition style,
Mm-hmm.
Fly on the Wall, A Slice of Life.
Let's see here. Keep going.
Shark Tank. Did you know? So Shark Tank, the episode, like they'll have the entrepreneur come in, give their whole pitch and everything. On the show, it's like 5 minutes, but it's actually like an hour-long presentation, which makes sense if you're going to invest that much money into a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so makes sense. They just edit it to make it seem shorter.
American business reality. It's like, I guess, the subgenre. So there's reality and there's business reality.
Okay.
So now that we know, going forward,
What's another business reality
I
show?
can't think of one.
what the fuck is like Kitchen Nightmares? Is that like business? Or like Hell's Kitchen? No.
Well, Hell's Kitchen
It's
is
a
like the
reality
same thing as
show.
like Bar Rescue.
Like
type
Bar
thing.
Rescue,
I've
yeah.
watched a couple episodes. Did I tell you I watched a couple
I
episodes
think you
of that?
told me you were going to. You didn't tell me. What do you think?
I think it's cool, but the only thing I watched like 4 episodes. Like, okay, every episode's the same, so it's not.
Oh,
it's,
dude, no,
it's
you
not
gotta-
something I would watch like all the way through like that.
Every Sunday, it's our tradition. Every Sunday, we watch Bar Rescue for like 5 hours.
Oh my god,
Dude, no, I promise you, not every episode's the same.
5
Really?
There are so many
hours.
times where I'm just like, what? Like, the severity of stuff changes throughout every
Okay,
episode.
I've never seen like Gordon Ramsay's Hell Kitchen stuff. I've only seen him in like MasterChef or.
You haven't seen his Hell's Kitchen? Oh, dude.
I've seen like maybe clips and like all the profanities he says and stuff.
It's
I've
Hell's Kitchen's
watched
hilarious.
every season, every episode of MasterChef. All
Really?
10 seasons. Yes.
What about Guy Fieri's Grocery Games? No?
Haven't gotten around to it.
Do you guys remember Man vs. Food?
Fucking yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was epic.
Man vs. Food walked so Matt Stoney could run.
Did you ever see that Gordon Ramsay reality show where him and his friends travel Europe?
Oh my
What does he say in the beginning?
gosh. I don't even
like,
remember. I have to be in the
"Benissimo."
moment. Yeah. Bellissimo. Yeah. Every time we would watch MasterChef, because it releases every week on Hulu, we would watch it. And, on Hulu, after you finish a show, it goes right into an episode of something else, whether it's like something you were already watching or like something related to it. Mm-hmm. When we would finish MasterChef, it would go into this Gordon Ramsay spinoff with him and like some of his friends, and they travel like Europe and the world and like just eat food. And every time the same part of the opening would play after MasterChef, so it was like ingrained in my head, and I would like say it as it was happening right after MasterChef. Because it's like, 10 seconds after the episode ends, it goes right into like another one. So yeah, that became a tradition every week. Just make fun of Gordon Ramsay throwing a fish on his friend.
A big fish.
Huge fish.
Impractical Jokers, another good reality type show.
So what about like Ghost Hunters?
That's
Reality.
also reality.
Is that like sci-fi? Sci-fi reality?
Yeah.
Well, it was on Sci-Fi. I don't know if it's technically. I mean,
Paranormal?
yeah, I guess.
Investigator?
Whatever subgenre you want to give it.
I'll look that up later. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of TV out there.
Yeah, isn't television great?
Television is great.
Damn, they really dropped that. They were like, this shit kind of cool.
This shit kind of cool.
I remember
should
watching
make some shows.
Ghost Adventures or
Ghost
back
Hunters
in
and
the day.
stuff. Yeah.
I was like scared.
I was like scared.
When I was like, 10?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, the thing's beeping, guys.
Dude, I remember watching like the second Exorcist, like one of the Exorcist movies when I was like 10.
Jeez.
It was one of the ones that dropped in like 2010, 2011 or something.
If you were 10, yes.
Yeah. That shit was scary.
Haven't seen any of
Oh
them.
my God.
Neither have I.
Yep, like Possession or like some sort of like religious horror films. Those are the scariest motherfucking ones.
I agree.
Like, what was it?
I don't touch them.
Even I think Paranormal Activity eventually dips into like cults and stuff like that, and it gets more terrifying. You ever seen Grave Encounters?
Nope, never heard of it.
What? Never
Heard
mind.
of it.
Another found footage type movie like Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
Movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Like real found footage.
No.
So it's a fake found footage.
Well, that's the genre is
so it's
found
like
footage.
the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah. That was marketed as real, though,
I know.
which is what made it so scary for everybody.
That's crazy.
And everybody fucking believed it. To be fair, I probably would have, too.
Gosh, there's this one movie that's...
In the age before the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
I don't remember what this movie's called, but oh man, it's like the Blair Witch Project, like found footage, but it's like Area 51-ish.
Cloverfield.
No. About these
that
like
takes place in, like, New York.
kids who like encounter stuff, but
Super 8.
it was so bizarre. I've seen it like once, and then I'm having the same kind of experience where I'm like, what was that movie? And then I finally remember the Signal. That's what it was. The Signal.
Signal?
Let me look it up
Signal.
real quick.
I was going to say, no, there's a found footage film where it's like teenagers get powers or whatever.
It's Chronicle.
Chronicle, yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy
Same
gets
kinda
struck
thing.
by lightning, doesn't he?
Something like that. That's a crazy movie. I've only seen it once.
Okay, yeah. So it's got Lawrence Fishburne.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's that one guy.
And that's
That one movie?
That's
Yeah,
about
that
it.
one movie. And that's about
That's
it.
about all who's in it, really.
It's only a one-man show.
All
He's
the other
only
actors and
actor.
actresses in that movie are just punching the air right now listening to this.
A surprise awaits 3 college students who think they've tracked a rival computer hacker to a shed in the Nevada desert. And it ends up like they wake up in like this facility and like this dude's legs are like cut off, but then he has like alien prosthetics on it, and I don't know, and they're like in Area 51, and at the end they're like, oh no, they're actually in space. So, I don't know, it was really weird. I don't remember where I watched it, but it's one of those movies where it's like, why was I watching this? And why?
The movie I think of with you feeling that same way is it was with Shia LaBeouf, and it's when he had like this.
Disturbia.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Is
His
it the
neighbor?
neighbor?
Watching a girl.
Yeah,
his neighbor,
Yeah,
yeah.
Disturbia.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
I saw it when I was like in 3rd grade, and I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah, I can't for the life of me remember where I watched that weird Signal movie, but I don't
Is that
remember.
Patrick's house? 'Cause that's where I watched Disturbia.
I feel like that's where I watched it too. You're probably there when I watched it, so yeah.
Actually, I watched it with Patrick on our way to Colorado.
Oh, yeah, then I was there because
So Disturbia.
Good movie.
I'm gonna watch
gonna
the
watch it
Signal
again.
again.
What a good flick.
I'm gonna watch Disturbia. I'll watch it. Speaking of movies, let's get into the movie review this week. We don't have we don't have like a sound thing for movie review. Maybe we should get one.
That movie.
Movie. There we go.
There you go.
That works.
There we go.
That movie.
What movie did we watch this week, Ethan?
We watched Moulin Rouge. And Gavin, what did you think about it?
I thought it was a pretty well done movie. I mean, it was honestly, the first thing I could think of was just like the theater kids in high school upon watching this movie. That's all I could think about. So, I mean, I cringed a little at the beginning because I was like, oof.
Weren't you in theater?
No, I was not. In high school, I was a jock.
Were you, though?
Yes.
Where's the evidence to back that up?
I will not be showing any. But,
oh, look at that.
Anyway, very, I guess, like kind of what we were talking about before. It's a very niche audience here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't like super crazy about it, but I was invested in the story. Thought it was pretty nice all the way through.
And
love the songs.
We did get confirmation from our good friend of the show, Joe, saying Satine was named after this movie in the Clone Wars.
That's sick.
So, little piece of trivia there. I don't sound so stupid now, do I, Jacob and Gavin?
Kinda.
Huh?
Okay. Anyways, so let me start off by saying this movie. So, here. I'm not a fan of musicals.
Right.
I don't like musicals. I think the only musical movie I like is The Greatest Showman. But I will say, this movie, Moulin Rouge, walked so The Greatest Showman can run.
I think there were other musicals before the Moulin Rouge, though.
No, they had very similar.
You mean like circus type?
They had very similar vibes and kind of took place around the same era. So I noticed those similarities between them. However, I was not a fan of Moulin Rouge. I just couldn't get into it. I liked all the components of it. I liked Ewan McGregor, the performances, the acting. I was even interested in the story a little bit. It's just the way it was told, I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it.
The only thing I didn't like is that we knew how it was going to end at the beginning of the movie.
It says that she died.
Yeah, he starts out with saying she's dead. I'm like, I've never really liked movies that do that.
Neither do I. And
it's like
what's kind of like in Rick and Morty. I don't know if you've seen any episodes from Rick and Morty, but there's a guy who has Morty read his screenplay, and it starts, or he reads Morty his screenplay, and it's like a guy emerges from the shadow and points a gun at a young girl, and right before he pulls the trigger, it fades to black and says 3 weeks earlier. And so Morty gave the criticism like, why I would get rid of that, because why would you start the story in the middle of the action? Why not just start at the beginning?
Well, I mean, I could understand starting it in the middle of something, but not in the middle of something we're already going to see. Unless you could do it in a great way, which I don't think Moulin Rouge did it in that way.
Yeah, it's a very tricky...
Especially in a romance story, I don't know if it works there.
It's a very tricky thing to pull off, because you also want your audience to be engaged and kind of surprised, not expecting what to happen next. Like, for example, in the Kingsman, in The Gentleman, when we thought Matthew McConaughey was going to die, like we thought he was already dead, but he wasn't. Thought that was cool.
I was expecting this movie almost to do something similar to that, because honestly, kind of like halfway through, I forgot she was going to die until she started coughing up blood. I'm like, oh, she totally says she dies at the beginning of this movie. So
I think that kind of like sequence could work in like maybe a sequel where you already have established characters, you know where they ended in like a previous movie.
Yeah.
So then seeing where they like end up or what's going on, you're like, whoa, how'd they get there? And then it can pick up and start it, and you can watch the movie being like, okay, how did they get there?
Okay, that makes sense.
If you already have previous
knowledge
about a character or something like that,
there's a lot of
if you just start a movie like that, you're like, I don't know anything about this person. Okay, and then
you have no stake in caring.
Yeah,
for them.
and then it's like earlier, it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, it's like, I guess I'll find out. It's like, oh, could have just started it here, and
well, I know that this character will end up with a gun at one point. So I mean, yeah it's. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. I think it, in some ways, it can be done really well. Other ways, it's just kind of unnecessary. For me, not a fan of it. Most of the time, I understand the appeal of it, especially as a writer. You kind of want an easy hook, like writing the climax first, and then getting people to be like, ooh, that's interesting. How do we get there? I guess it's just it depends on your taste and what you're into.
I did like the performances of the songs. The song choices, I don't know if you were able to point them out most of the time, but the songs were pretty fucking hilarious. Like, there's a part where they're talking about how, you know, she's kind of not a prostitute, but she sells herself for money to, like, help everybody else. So I guess it would be a prostitute, but, again, not really. And, you know, he goes like, oh, you reminded her of how she was before she got touched. And they start singing Like a Virgin by Madonna. So I thought that part was fucking hilarious, but...
Yeah, I enjoyed the modern take on everything, like the way they talk, the modern music, in this era of 1899 Paris.
Yeah, it was like 1900 or something.
Well, it was 1900 in the beginning, and then it was a year before.
Oh, okay.
So 1899.
Right. That's right.
The same year Arthur Morgan perished. Sadly.
All right.
Rest in rip.
Okay.
Gone but never
What
forgotten.
a connection.
Gone but never forgotten. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, what was I going to say about this?
Nice.
Go ahead. You say something.
I was going to say the
derailed
end.
you.
Oh, wait, no. Okay,
Oh
no,
my
I remember. I really enjoyed the beginning when he's talking about why he was in Paris, and he's like, oh, he's here because he's like this fanatic about love, but he knows nothing about love.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. The comedy in it was good.
Oh yeah, the whole bedroom scene where what the hell did the guy, you know, Sid from Ice Age, the guy that was short, the glasses.
Yeah.
What did he say while they were peering down that he's like, oh, he's got her hooked. Oh, he's got her really hooked or something like that. Because all they could see is them, like, what's supposedly, like, you know, fucking, but...
Oh, yes.
Where she thinks he's the Duke, but he's not.
Got it. Correct.
And then the ending of the film, I liked the huge, you know, musical score. And then the villain, of course, was funny.
Yeah, I will say, like, it was well done for a musical. Just musicals aren't my forte, so I did not enjoy it like I should have.
I'm going to expose you. You told me, like, you don't know if you could finish it. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
How far are you? And you're like, 10 minutes. I was like, bro, what the?
Yeah, it was just... it was like a movie you'd watch in school. Like, I'd probably really enjoy it if I was in a boring history class and then they played that movie and I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's awesome. That's how I was with the Newsies with Christian Bale. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
But that movie goes hard, so that's also a musical. Maybe that's why.
It was that and Great Gatsby. Watching those on my own, though, I was like, man, I don't know about this anymore.
Yeah, so I think that's how I felt about it. On my rating meter, probably give it a 55.
55?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it like a
generous.
75.
That's a bit generous.
You're being generous.
I am
already
being
know.
generous, yeah. On the drive over here, I was like 35.
Oh my gosh.
Not
35%.
swaying, but 55. But you guys know it's actually 35. But it's 55 on the record.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give it like a 75. Good watch. Maybe I'd watch it again. Probably not. Unless it was just on cable. If it was on cable, nothing else was on. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll watch Moulin Rouge.
If I had a gun to my head, I'd probably enjoy watching it.
Like, I'd probably watch it again.
It's like I hate
Probably
to compare the two because these two are not comparable in any way. But like, kind of like what I said about The Godfather, where it's like this Godfather I've loved way more than I liked fucking Moulin Rouge. But it was one of those. It's just like I don't know if I would start it from start to finish. Be like, oh, Godfather. But like, if it was, I don't know, on FX, like halfway done, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll watch a Godfather.
Okay.
Type of thing. Where it's
That's
like,
fair.
I can't see myself sitting down and going, I feel like watching Moulin Rouge. But if it was like halfway through and it was on cable already, I feel like I'd probably put it on for like background
If you
noise or
turned on to watch the football game, but it hasn't started yet, but on the channel it's playing like Moulin Rouge, you'd watch the end until the game started.
something. Yeah, like commercial break. Oh, okay, cool. Last.
Okay, that's fair. I think that is a great assessment of how we feel about movies. Is would we watch it if it was on TV? Me, I'd probably try to find something else.
Wow.
But if there was
Gun to your head.
nothing else or a gun to my head, I guess I would watch it. Or if someone, like if my family's like, hey, we're going to watch Moulin Rouge, I'd be like, oh, okay, good luck.
Good luck.
gonna go watch The Greatest Showman over here.
I'm gonna go watch Encanto in the other room.
Shut up, guys. And I know a lot of people.
Encanto is a musical too.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna come. That's animated movies. Animated movies where you can get away with stuff like that.
A musical is a musical.
Musical is a theater production.
That's true. Yeah, no, I agree.
Or it's a film.
Like Disney musical is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but The Greatest Showman's a film, not a theater production.
No, I would classify Greatest Showman as like a musical.
It's a fucking it's
it's a theater format. Even the set. Have you seen the set? They make it look like it's a play, like a theater.
Did you not watch Moulin Rouge?
It was the same thing. That's what I said. That's why I said I didn't. Oh, that's what I'm classifying as a difference between Encanto and Moulin Rouge and The Greatest Showman. But let's get into next movie.
Next week's
Next week's movie of the week.
Next movie's weeks.
Next movie's week. So this one, it's an indie film. It's a drama. It's a
sitcom.
hour and
Drama.
51 minutes. Let's see. I had two options. Let's see which one's shorter.
Oh my gosh.
The one with Willem Dafoe was shorter.
Is it?
Yes.
Did you look them up?
Yes.
Ooh, it's shorter by 7 minutes.
It's not that big of a difference.
Deal breaker.
Whichever one you want.
The Florida Project, and as Gavin spoiled, it's with Willem Dafoe. Let me read this synopsis for you. Set in the shadow of the most magical place on Earth, 6-year-old Mooney and her two best friends forge their own adventures, while Mooney's struggling mom and a kind-hearted motel manager protect the kids from the harsh reality that surrounds them.
So it's about Disney World?
I was going to say not Disneyland when I said that.
Okay.
But didn't want to take you guys out of it. It has Willem Dafoe, and that's it. But, yeah. It's,
Where can you watch it?
you can watch it on Hulu with a premium subscription. I assume that's Showtime because you can also watch it on Showtime. Or Amazon Prime if you want to rent it.
Nice.
But, you know.
Like 900 other streaming services you could probably watch
you can get it
for
yeah.
money.
You can watch it.
Jeez, man. I know.
That is the movie of the week. Be sure to watch it or not, but we will review it here next week. So if you don't watch it and you come here next week and you get mad that we spoil it, that's on you. With that being said, let's get into the static.
Welcome to the static.
And we are in the static. Let's do this road rage thing real quick because I actually have something to get off my my forehead here. Anyways, I was driving on the freeway, and you know when a lane is really backed up to like exit, and you see that it's backed up, so then you're like, oh, I should probably get over. So you get over and you get in that lane. Mm-hmm. But there's some people that go as far as they can and try to cut into that.
Oh yeah,
line.
we talked about that with Paul.
I hate that. Mm-hmm. It makes me ill. And I wasn't even taking this exit, but both the exits were like that. I was in the lane next to it because I was going to get the next exit, and there was a car trying to get in between the line, so it just stopped. Mm-hmm. And I had to stop. And I got really upset. Like, really upset.
Like, animated upset?
Yeah. Animated upset.
How's the roof of your car?
As I say, did you abuse the car?
Yeah, we don't talk about it. But yeah, that happened. And then when I was actually exiting in a long line, there was a car that just went in like the shoulder and just drove past everyone and then tried to get in closer to the stoplight, and nobody was letting him in.
Nice.
It's like, gosh, what a dick.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
The rage.
You know what else?
The rage segment coming out.
You know what else pisses me off? When two cars in a 2-lane street are going the same exact speed. And it's the speed limit or under the speed limit.
Mm-hmm. We don't do the speed limit.
Enrages me. Because they're going the same speed.
We do not encourage anybody to violate traffic laws.
They're not giving any passing room.
Any passing room?
Passing room, yeah.
I do that on purpose to people who tailgate me.
Me too. I did that today.
That's funny.
But that's not the point. The point is,
You're those people who tailgate me.
no, I'm not. I'm not. Gavin is though.
No, I'm not.
Speaking of, you know, like when you're going onto the freeway on the on-ramp and it's like 2 lanes and then they merge into one.
Yeah.
So I'm in the left side of that, lane, and I'm following the car that's in front of me, and there's a truck coming up from behind, like way behind, and he's like speeding. And at this point, it's already merged, so we're in one lane now, line, and I'm in right behind this van, I think. And this truck is like still he's like in the middle of my car, trying to like pass me, but there's no room, so he has to like brake, and I'm watching this happen. I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here's a little bit of brake for you. So I hit my brakes as he's behind me now. So just to piss him off, put a little salt in there. I'm one of those drivers, passive aggressive.
I am too, but I have a very distinguishable license plate, so I don't want them to find me.
What?
I don't want
Come to your house.
What's your license plate, Ethan?
I don't want to say.
Say it.
No, what?
What's your license plate?
Slim
What's your
thick
home
with
address?
2 C's?
What's your home address, Gavin?
Ethan's license plate is slim thick with 2 C's.
Yes, I can fit in a license
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a car.
What kind? What color? What year?
A car.
Gray Honda Civic,
Great,
2013.
Honda Civic 2013. There, you got it.
Complete
Show me
lie.
your driver's license. Post it on the thumbnail.
Post on the thumbnail my driver's license. Yeah, it was.
Do you guys have bad driver's license pictures like me?
No, I like my driver's
I
license.
had
picture.
a bad like school ID picture once. It reminded me of. Do you remember when Transformers 1? When he's like, it shows his, it shows his picture from eBay.
Yeah.
My hair exactly did that. So I was like, I brought it home, and my mom was like, "You look like fucking Sam from Transformers or Shia LaBeouf."
Sam Wiki.
Ladies Man 2137 or 2117.
217.
That's where my gamer tag came from back in the day.
Guess they're 217.
I had 217 in my gamer tag. 'cause
Ladies
of that
Man
movie.
217. Are you Ladies Man 217?
No, my driver's license picture is only bad because it's like 10 years old. So
You can get a new one.
I don't want to go get a new one. Like my driver's license expires in 2067 or whatever.
Let me see your driver's license
wait.
picture.
Oh,
My-
I'll show it to you later.
Mine,
Why can't I see that?
mine looks like the picture they would show, and then it would go to like black and white when it's like he was a good kid until he wasn't.
Until he died of gang violence.
He was a good kid until he murdered all those children.
Oh my
Like-
god!
Like that kind of thing. Like this is the picture they would show.
I know what you're talking about.
That
Though.
would
You have
make
like
famous.
that blank stare,
Yeah.
that
Like-
cold stare. Looks like a mugshot. There's no soul in those eyes.
Remember
Yeah.
that picture I made that was like the black and white filter over it and put like the Silent Hill music over? Or it's just you giving like a straight up bad stare?
Oh yeah, when I
You should put that as your fucking license plate.
you forgot your phone in my car and I took a picture of
Yes.
myself. I don't know why I did that. I gave you ammunition.
That was hilarious, dude. And then the shit with the D&D or whatever, when you had your face cam on, I was like,
I was having fun with that too. God.
I don't know why I went shirtless in that.
Yeah, you made a mistake with doing that.
Gavin shirtless.
I'm
Post it on the thumbnail.
I'm gonna throw that up in the thumbnail.
Fucking don't.
That's my favorite picture ever. So you just answer it too.
I answered it like that. I wasn't even, it's not that I was shirtless, I was wearing a shirt, but I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I turned on my camera and I was just like looking down or some shit?
I know it was
So you
awesome.
took off your shirt
I
to turn on your
specifically took
camera
off my shirt, and I didn't even put it back on for like
I know,
an
dude.
hour.
when she FaceTimes you. Oh. Just got done at the gym.
Had all my Nerf guns from like, what, 7th, 8th grade?
Yeah, no, I
6th
kept
grade?
pulling out these Nerf guns and
They're all broken too. Sucks.
gosh, you suck.
Orange shotgun.
Yeah.
You know, I was a fucking shooter back then, right? I was hitting everything, bro. In those Nerf contests, I only needed like 4 shots.
It really is Nerf or nothing.
True.
True. So dumb, dude.
I didn't have to pick up my darts because you'd wear the vest, and it would stick all the time. I didn't have to pick shit up because I always hit my target.
Weird flex.
Where do we find these
Here
guys?
for it though.
So, Gavin, what is your take on children at your place of work?
I mean,
Annoying children.
fucking annoying children anywhere I'm going to hate to death.
Well, here's the thing, because I was working with some loud, annoying kids today, and I came to the realization that when it's expected that there's going to be kids like at a kid's birthday party or at a family event or just my niece hanging out. Like, you're able to tolerate them. You're able to kind of enjoy it, have fun, whatever. But when kids are out in public, in the real world, they're unbearable.
Is that why you picked that movie?
That's true.
That's how I feel. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
it's if I go to a family function and there's all these kids, it's like, oh, let me push one over. This is fun.
Get a Chuck E. Cheese and you hear like kids screaming, you don't have a problem with
Exactly.
it.
Because kids are supposed to be there.
If you're waiting in line at the grocery store and the kid behind you is like screaming, you're like, dear God.
Yeah. Or
Gotta
on an
throw this milk
on an
jug.
airplane and kid kicks your seat or just any public space. That's how I feel.
I do think there is a shortage in good parents.
Yeah,
That is
Like,
screaming kids in public is an indictment on the parents.
yeah.
what I like the most is where the place that I work at, we are now starting to advertise like a family place. So it's like, as much as I hate it, more and more kids are coming in, and there's nothing I can't be pissed about it because we're literally marketing as, oh, bring the family over
Yeah.
for some food. And I just love it when the parents are so exhausted and their kids are screaming and they're just like looking down at the fucking table, just like
Yeah.
completely husk, nothing there. And I'm just like, hey, I know you can't hear your kid, but I can. Shut that hell up. Shut the hell up.
At the front of the store, there's kids that just run around and like hit the mannequins and knock stuff over, and it's like, hey, it's either you're going to discipline your kid or I'm going to discipline your kid. So tell them to stop.
Don't get mad when I do it.
Exactly. That's the thing.
I hate that.
Is parents will not make sure their kids are behaving. So when you even say like a small thing like, oh, don't touch that or oh, don't do that, and it's like, don't parent my kid. It's like, well, you're not doing it.
Exactly.
Somebody's
now
gotta
you
do
care?
it.
Somebody's
Now
gotta do
you care when your kid, like, whether or not your kid does the right thing? I especially hate that because it happens a lot. Like, what a kid means to me at my place is, I'm going to have to clean up a spill. Something's going to get knocked over. I mean, I watched a kid one time pick up a shaker and just throw it.
Ooh.
Shattered all over the place.
Oh my god.
And surprisingly, recently, I've had to clean up vomit a couple times.
Ugh.
So there's one time where running to the bathroom, just a trail. So throughout the whole restaurant. So that was fun to clean up. All the guests were looking at it. They're like
That's
all pissed off
horrible,
at me.
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
At least there's no
Clean this
carpet
shit
or
up.
anything.
Oh, it got on some carpet. There's some rugs by the doors.
Some.
That's rugs.
You can move them.
Not my job to clean them, but still fucking nasty.
Unrelated to like annoying kid, but there was a kid at the store that like, you know, they're like, oh, do we have a bathroom? I'm like, yeah, sure, it's right here. You know, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
But this kid went to the restroom like 4 times with the parent. Like they walked back and forth 4 separate times while they were in the store. I'm like, what is going on? Like either one,
Wipe it clean the first time.
you're letting your
For
kid
real.
play, or like just indulging him. Like I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom just because he's bored. But that was like I was baffled. I was like, what's happening in my bathroom right now?
Yeah.
The only thing I hate the most is that the whole excuse where it's like, oh, they're kids. It's like, okay, this is when you're supposed to beat the shit out of them. Like,
Oh my god.
Damn.
I do not condone child abuse. In fact, I am not tolerant of it. But sometimes there's a kid screaming and I'm just like,
T-shirt.
again,
right there.
I don't need the kid to be abused, but smack, you know, just like a soft spank, you know,
I don't condone child
even just a
abuse.
stern yell. You know how
don't
fucking
tolerate
happy I'd be if a kid was
But-
screaming and I heard a parent just like yell at their fucking kid and the kid just stopped. I'd be like, I'd start clapping. I'd be like, holy shit, thank you. I didn't know you could parent. Shit. Surprised the hell out of me. I just remember all the, like, there have been, like, 2 times where, like, dude, the people where I work at, like, customers can be ruthless. We've
Yeah.
had parents have to leave because they just get stared at by all the customers. Like, the kid will just not stop, like, screaming or not stop, like, making noise. And, like, you'll have everybody within, like, a 20-table radius just staring at you. And so they'll just get up and leave because they're uncomfortable. It's like, well,
People are
hey, bro,
ruthless.
like, order takeout if your kid's that fucking annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I
Or
doubt this is the
discipline
only
the kid.
I doubt this is the only time your kid's been acting up and being annoying. So it's like, I mean, you should have saw a pattern here.
How do you guys feel about kids in movie theaters?
Please don't bring them.
No.
Please don't bring them.
I didn't take Ellie to the movies until she was like at least, and I think she was 3 or older than 3 when she went to the movie theaters for the first time.
I think I was like 6.
And even then, I was like, I don't know how she's gonna do here.
Yeah.
But she did good. So, no,
What movie was it for?
Incredibles 2.
Perfect. And that's understandable for a 3-year-old too.
Yeah,
It's not like taking
I think she was 3.
an infant to The
Well,
Dark Knight Rises.
that's one that I
premiere.
remember. I don't. Maybe
Now, when we went to go see No Way Home, I really hated. They weren't even like kids, like not like toddlers, but like they were like 12-year-olds, and they just wouldn't shut the fuck up, and they were taking up the whole front row. And did you not hear them?
I remember, yeah.
Because I remember I was sitting like next to. I think Xavier heard them because he was like, "Oh my god, those!
Shout out
Did you see those?
Xavier.
You see those kids in the front?" I'm like, "My dog, they wouldn't shut the hell up to save their lives." And when they started to leave, they started to like be loud again. And Xavier, shut the fuck up! Like over the thing, like, over the little balcony.
Xavier used to work at the movie theaters too.
it's a
You should ask him about what happened after the 50 Shades of Grey came out.
I don't want to. That sounds like let's have him on and have him talk about it. Oh my god!
It was before he started working there, but there was some stories that he was told apparently.
You were working there, were you? Maybe.
during 50 Shades. I don't think. I don't think so.
I can only imagine.
I
Remember
don't
the
want
people that talked the entire time through the Batman?
Oh my god, yes.
Was that the Batman?
Yes. It was they wouldn't. And the worst part is I thought it was like going schizo or something because nobody else could hear it, but like I think it was Alexia.
Alexia.
My bad.
Shout out Alexia.
Alexia.
They don't listen, so it's fine.
Okay, cool. It was like she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard them because I asked you in Austin," and they were like, "Oh, I don't know."
I heard him. I just didn't let it bother me until you pointed
Dude,
it out.
no, that's all I could hear. Like you could see whoever on screen, but that's all I heard. It's like it's the equivalent of like the mouse cursor. It's like in the corner of the screen on the movie. It's
They were
all
behind
I
us
see.
too, right?
Yeah, they were like to the left of us.
Well, you
behind us.
looked behind like several times.
Yeah, because they wouldn't shut up. And then, like, I remember one time missing my movie because I was like, I showed up and I'm like, oh, I want a soda. There's like 7 minutes to the movie starts, right? This couple in front of me ordered like ices, then they got sodas, then they each had to get their own candies, they each had to get their own box of popcorns, then they wanted nachos for each of them, then they also wanted some chicken sandwiches, and it took 10 minutes, to put it short, 10 minutes.
Didn't move to another line.
It was Friday night, everything was full, but this was the shortest line. That's why I was like, oh, okay, there's only one person ahead of me, this will be easy. Oh my, I missed the first 4 minutes of the movie. It was Jackass Forever, by the way. Hilarious movie. But I didn't get to see the
you
first
see it
4.
4 times though?
Luckily, I got
I saw it
to,
4 times in theaters.
Oh my god!
I got to go back and rewatch it, but I missed the opening, which was hilarious.
I remember back when Captain America: The First Avenger came out. Mm-hmm. We were late to go see it, so I think we showed up we were 5 minutes late. So I didn't even know the whole beginning scene existed when they found him in the ice until 2014.
Yep, that's happened to me sometimes. You'll watch a movie later on. I think it was the same thing where it's I didn't see the first or last half of the movie.
Yeah.
So to me, it just didn't exist until we watched it in 6th grade, in class, at the end of the year. I'm like, oh, is this a new movie? What is this?
Me and Lucy watched this chick flick romance movie, whatever. And I don't remember what it was about, or the girl ends up dying at the end or something like that.
Sad.
Something sad.
Spoiler.
And this girl, I didn't even say the name. This girl behind us, or this group of teenage girls, they had to be sophomores in high school or something. But she had to been broken up with that same week or something, or going through it because throughout the movie during the sad parts or whatever, I thought they were laughing at first. But towards the end, I just it was only a couple times, so it didn't bother me too much. But towards the end, once she dies and it's all sad and whatever, more noise and it's louder. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I turn and look over my shoulder, and I have never seen a girl so distraught and tears and snot and red face and this girl was bawling in the movie theater. And that's probably the most extreme experience I've had with somebody watching a movie in the same theater as me. She was a row behind us too. And
Damn. Why are you making that look, Gavin?
Nothing.
Okay.
yeah, this little teenage girl had such visceral reaction. I think Bella Thorne was the girl, and she fucking died.
The Shake It Up movie special.
I don't remember what it was called. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
That sounds like quite the cast.
What the fuck?
I don't remember his name.
His son-in-law?
How do you,
No,
how do
his
you remember
his
that,
son.
but you don't remember the name of the movie?
Remember the name of the movie?
Do you remember the...
Because it was Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
He has a son that acts?
Yeah.
I guess.
I didn't know that until I saw the movie.
How long ago?
My gosh, I don't know.
Said him
I'll
and
look
Lucy
it up.
saw it, right?
I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
you look it up.
Gosh.
And that reminds me of going to see Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame. No, it was Infinity War. There was a bitch in Infinity War that
Whoa.
bawled like a baby and ruined the whole experience for me. It was Gavin.
Tell me about that.
Gosh.
That was Endgame, dum-dum. I didn't see
No.
Infinity War with you.
Midnight Sun
you
is
did.
the movie.
I never saw it.
2018.
I didn't see Infinity War with you.
Oh, Endgame. He dies in Endgame.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the
Mine. My bad, guys. It was Endgame where that bitch was crying.
Yeah, shut up.
Midnight Sun with Bella Thorne and Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
2018.
Patrick.
Oh,
Now I know who you're talking
about. I know
You're
you're
so dumb. Gosh.
Oh, Schwarzenegger. Okay.
I hope you get cut off in traffic.
Had to.
Damn. They're talking about like Pitch Perfect. Cut off.
You are
Cut off. You ever watch those movies?
I watched the first one.
Me too. I've never watched the second or the third.
There's a third one?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Have you ever watched Camp Rock?
No.
You're missing out. It's just- I saw clips of it recently and I was like, wow, this is very cringe inducing.
Camp Rock. Wow.
But
Every, like, kids, like, live-action movie from, like, the mid to late 2000s was cringe as hell. All of them.
Agent Cody Bakes?
You remember the fucking... When Drake Bell was Timmy Turner, Fairly Odd Parents movie?
Don't talk. That movie was awful.
God. Ass.
Camp Rock. Here's the thing about Camp Rock. The Jonas Brothers were just rising to fame, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then Disney reached out to them and was like, hey, we want Joe to be in Camp Rock. And then after a family discussion in a band meeting, it's like, well, it's either all of us or none of us. So then that's how the other two got in the movie.
Wow, they really wanted Joe Jonas.
yeah, they did. As
Well, he's the actor one, isn't he? He was also...
they were all the same level.
Oh, well, I thought he was the one that was in, like, Jumanji and stuff.
Nick
That's
Jonas.
Nick Jonas?
Yeah, and like
They look
10
the
years
same.
later.
They look the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little fun story. And then Disney's what really blew up the Jonas Brothers.
So who do you think would win in a fight? Big Time Rush or the Jonas Brothers?
Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush. They're hockey players.
They are
They were hockey players.
You know,
And
you
there's
got
like
me there.
5 of them.
You
You
got
got
me there.
Carlos.
There's 4.
Carlos could take on all of the Jonas Brothers.
Damn.
True.
Let's do a poll of that too. Who would win in a fight? The Jonas. Okay, Jonas Brothers.
Jonas
now?
Brothers can't win at Big Time. Let's be honest.
That's true. You got me there.
What was the manager's name? Gustavo?
Gustavo.
I just remember that picture where it's like him wearing the army cap. It's Fidel Castro. What the fuck? Why does he look like Fidel Castro so much?
That show's so funny, but if you watch it now, it's aged pretty poorly.
I don't know. I feel like unironically.
I'm going to need to watch it.
Yeah,
again.
I know. But you know, Jonas Brothers versus Big Time Rush. Let's get into Gavin versus Wild.
Woo!
Last week, Gavin took on a
Ostrich.
ostrich, and did he win? Let's find out. He did win.
Whoa.
Gavin won 65% to 35%.
Easy.
Easy dub. Easy. Let's up the stakes this week.
Okay.
So, what are we doing this week, Av?
We're doing a alligator, not to be confused with a crocodile. Crocodiles are actually far more deadlier. So, alligators, from what I've heard, much less deadlier.
Okay. So, you versus an alligator
Okay.
in water. Who
What?
wins?
No.
There you go.
Nope.
That's the fight.
Nope. Me versus alligator on land.
Okay. You get a Bowie knife, though.
No. Those
And-
things can repel like fucking shotgun shells. Bowie knife not gonna do shit.
Do you want a shotgun?
No. Am I getting slugs?
No. You just get the gun.
I just get the gun.
Yeah.
Give me like a mace. Give me
A
like
mace?
a really sharp mace or like a war pick. And then give me like a war pick.
I'll give you a war pick. No, I
want some armor, too.
I don't want a pick.
Why?
The only armor I'll give you is like what an umpire wears in baseball.
Why?
Because it covers your chest and everything.
Do you know how fucking sharp? Do you know how strong an alligator is?
Yeah.
That armor's not gonna stop a baseball. What the fuck makes you think it's gonna stop an alligator?
You're not trying to stop it.
And what
Exactly.
Do you
You're
mean?
trying
What
to
do you mean?
kill
fair
it.
fight.
It's a fair fight. What's going to stop you from stabbing this shit to death?
It's hide.
Okay,
Which
so
acts
it's,
as an armor.
it's going to stop
that
it no matter
stops-
what?
Yes.
No matter what.
It would take quite a lot of stabs.
We're giving Gavin a mace and an umpire vest.
Epic.
We said war pick.
I don't want a war pick because it's
Why not?
sharp.
Its teeth are sharp too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
we
give
both get
Gavin
sharp
a
things.
minigun for every single Gavin vs. Wild.
You guys are dumb as fuck when it comes to finding out how strong an animal is.
You're dumb as fudge. Let's call Brian right now.
You just want to win.
Call Brian.
It's not about you winning.
I
We're
want a
trying to
fair
make this-
fight.
Oh, we should have done a moose.
Hell no. Next week we'll do a
Next
moose
week. Next week we'll do a moose.
Gavin,
Yeah,
you
next
are
week I would want a fucking
apex
minigun. Are you
pre-
kidding me?
You're an apex predator.
Yeah.
Fine.
You should be able. People kill alligators and crocodiles with their bare hands.
They also get like prep time to do it. It's not just boop. Here's
You're
an
not
alligator.
Batman. What do you mean prep
Give me like-
time?
Give me like a week to prepare for it. Then I will do it.
You get 4 minutes.
I will.
At least
I
a
will
day.
give you versus an alligator. You get a mace, no armor, but you're in an office building.
How does that help me?
You
You're
have
not
the
in water.
You have the advantage.
It's
to
your
the
home
environment.
field advantage.
Home field advantage.
So like, could I just stand on a desk and
You could ask the alligator to
Technically.
make copies.
But gators can also.
can I put it on hold?
Please hold.
You're basically fighting a dinosaur.
Hey, I know. I know. I'm aware of that.
So I think you can do it. If anybody thinks that that this is an unfair fight, let us know and we'll change it.
Nah, it's fair.
But it's
With a mace?
it's gonna be a final by the time we post this, so it's kind of invalid.
I was gonna say what?
But I think that's a fair fight.
I did too. I believe in you. I picked Gavin.
I picked Gavin too.
Well,
But I don't want to give you in an office building. Let's give you
Yeah.
in water. Let's give you in its environment. A swamp.
What the fuck? No. We get like a Sahara desert.
I'll give
Fake
you
swamp.
armor if you're in a swamp.
A swamp in the zoo.
That would hurt me more. I wouldn't be able to move.
Oh, then you don't want armor?
Not underwater. No.
You're not going to be underwater. You're in a
That's where it's gonna
swamp.
take me, you dick face.
That is where it's going to take you unless you take it out of the water.
Who do you think is
Wrestle the
stronger,
bitch.
the alligator or me?
How about we
You.
give you a golf club?
No.
Like Happy Gilmore style.
I'd probably break the fucking golf club before I did any damage to the gator, if I could even get a swing. But if I guess if I ready to 4,
Here's the thing.
perfect form,
Mace in a swamp, golf club in a desert.
maybe. You want me to lose so bad.
I want it to be a fair
Crazy.
fight. I want it
Adam
to be a fair
Sandler
fight.
killed a gator.
Let's fight a shark in the middle of Atlantic. Like,
Yeah, but I'll give you the Iron Man suit.
what?
Mark 1, though.
So the one that wouldn't handle well underwater?
The one that you would drown in.
Exactly.
But the shark wouldn't kill you.
It would probably bite through that thing. They have pretty strong jaws. An alligator has an even stronger bite force.
I don't think so. Not as strong as a hippo. You want us to give you a 44 Magnum again?
Actually, I think it does have the stronger. No, the crocodile has stronger.
I think
which is
you
why
go
didn't wanna
50-50.
crocodile.
Just use straight up with the crocodile or alligator.
I think so, too.
I think you need to look up what a fucking alligator
You know what? I
can
think you
do.
should stick on 2 alligators this week.
I think we need to find out do you know what an alligator is?
Oh my god,
Let me
Gavin.
look up.
You know what? I'm starting to think you're not as strong. as I
People
think you
wrestle
are.
them, but not to death. And what happens to the majority of people that probably wrestle a gator? They get fucked.
It's very rare for an alligator to chase a human on dry land. And the average human can easily outrun an alligator, zigzagging or not.
Am I running away or am I fighting it?
It tops out at a speed of around 9.5 miles per hour, and it can't maintain that speed for very long.
I'm not running away from it. How does that help?
Wow, they have a bite
You
force
have
of
positioning
2,980 psi.
Whoa.
But you're faster to avoid it.
Would an alligator eat a human? It's never a good idea to get purposely close to an alligator.
Unless you're trying to kill
tempt
it.
or provoke it in any way. However, alligator attacks are fairly rare and they eat people even less commonly. You're good, but
kill it
it's
bare
enraged
hands.
and it wants to kill you.
Bare
So
hands.
then now look up look up the alligator hide. Like look it up.
Are alligators bulletproof? Not a chance. Alligator's skin is definitely not designed for bullet protection, and shooting a bullet at it would puncture a hole right through.
Depending on the bullet, I guess.
So a mace
What
would
bullet?
work.
What?
Never
Just a
mind.
bullet in general. Are alligators scared of humans? In fact, gators are naturally scared of humans. Look
So
at
are
that.
crocodiles.
When faced
They
with a
won't shy
human in
away
the
from
wild, an
fucking you
alligator
up,
is much
though.
more likely to fled the area than become aggressive. Now, this is
I
not
picked the
mean
gator
humans.
now, no matter what.
So if I just look at it, really, yeah, but we're talking about it in rage, so it running away is not a possibility.
But you're faster. Doesn't matter. So
It's
you could reposition and gain the advantage.
not if we're in a fucking swamp.
A swamp is just
Interesting.
mud.
It's also water.
And mud.
And
Hybrid.
water.
I've played Ark. I know what a swamp is.
You know, all you
know how
have to
scary
do.
the fucking alligator.
All you
are.
have
I've
to
killed
do.
a ton.
All you have
You
to
wearing
do,
armor? You.
all you have
With a spear.
all you have to do is just keep its mouth closed.
That's true. They can't open their mouths.
What if I give you a rope instead?
Ooh,
A rope?
a lasso.
I'll take like a mace and a rope.
Nope, one or the other.
I'm taking the mace.
How is tell me how a mace and a rope is a fair fight?
What makes you think a rope is a good option?
You can wrap a few times around his mouth so he can't open, and then choke the bitch. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm giving away the strategy, so I'm not going to even give you a rope now.
I didn't want the fucking rope.
Good, you're not getting it.
Okay.
You said you'll take a mace and a rope.
I said you can give it to me in addition if you want, but I'm probably just going to use the mace.
So the mace versus a gator, fair fight.
Sure.
Cool.
In a swamp?
How would you do it?
dry land.
How would you do it?
How would I do it?
Yeah, how would you do it?
Bonk. Hard as I can. Hopefully it works.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah, that's easy win.
All right, here's the simulation.
Okay.
You were jogging through the swamp with your mace.
Do you A, trip and fall, or B, don't trip and fall? Which one do you pick?
I'll pick B.
Actually, you picked A, so.
You stumble upon some nice eggs, and you're like, I'm going to cook some eggs for breakfast this morning. And then you meander off. But turns out, those were alligator eggs. And now the mama alligator, look at that. It's going to be a female this week, guys.
Whoa.
Is enraged and wants to kill you for
Okay.
taking her babies. Now it's just you, this alligator, and its eggs.
I feel a little bad, but
You're just going to kill it,
it's either me or it, yeah, or her.
chuck the eggs at it.
Shouldn't have taken the eggs.
No, if I'm taking the eggs, I'm gonna set them down because when I'm done killing her, I'm gonna fry me up some eggs.
Whoa.
Some freaking
I'll leave,
alligator
like-
eggs.
I'll leave,
Team
like,
Gator.
I'll leave like one egg so that way the bloodline can continue.
Oh my
How
god.
noble.
But the other eggs will be mine.
Last of Us 2 said that was dangerous. So,
The bloodline shall continue, but the other ones, they're gone. Sorry.
damn. Finding Nemo style.
Well, it accidentally left an egg behind. I would knowingly leave one behind.
All right, in a couple of weeks, we'll do that baby gator versus Gavin.
After it gets its training arc.
Unless Gavin loses this week.
After it has a training montage.
Yeah.
All right, be sure to vote for Gavin versus Wild. It'll be up on our Instagram, on our story for 24 hours. Otherwise, there'll be a post made for it. And then you can go ahead and comment down there if you missed the poll. You can also leave a comment on our YouTube at One-Eyed Fits. Leave a comment under the video on who you would win. Also, leave a comment on any of your other thoughts. What you thought of the video, what you thought of the show, what you think about Gavin, if he's funny or not, or if we should replace him with Paul. You know, any of those things.
Ouch.
But if you love Gavin, let's hear it, because Gavin needs that reassurance.
I love Gavin.
If you leave a comment, there's a chance it'll be read on the show. Here is a comment from Brett. Once again, guys, leave comments because Brett's smoking you. With Paul in his corner, Gavin can take on any creature. He's the ultimate hype man. I couldn't agree more.
Even a gator.
Even a gator.
Bare hands.
What if we get rid of your
Bear.
mace and give you Paul?
Yep. That's a win.
I feel like it's also moral support.
Easy dub.
The sex of an alligator is determined by temperature.
Damn.
Is it getting hot in here?
I don't fucking know what that means.
All right. Appreciate you for joining us this week. Always a pleasure. Thank you for everything. And yeah, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. It's One-Eyed Fits for our YouTube. And OEF White Noise for our Instagram. Gavin, what's the song of the week this week?
It's going to be High on You by Survivor.
By Survivor. And Jacob, what's that Jakey factuality?
See, you almost forgot.
Oh, shit. Wow. I was
High on You by Survivor. What year did that come out?
1980-something.
80-something? Mm-hmm. What year, though? Mm-hmm. Okay. What genre is it?
I would argue just pop.
Pop. All right. What was it again? I forgot.
High on You.
High on You.
H-I-G-H, as in
H-I-G-H.
high
Yeah.
on you.
On You.
Yep.
By
Survivor.
Okay.
They also did Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger.
Yep.
They did that song?
Yep.
I remember that. Every time I think of that song, I just think of Will Ferrell for some reason.
I think it was in one of the Rocky movies, too.
I think it was in... Was it in Talladega Nights? Or was it in that soccer movie he was in? I think it was the soccer movie.
I was say I don't remember it being in Talladega Nights.
It was in that soccer movie.
I remember Talladega Nights
got
has...
got a factuality for us?
Yes.
What you got?
Did you know that today there are more human twins being born now than ever before?
What's the reason for that?
The twinning rate has increased by 1/3 since the 80s. So about 1.6 million twins born each year around the world.
Damn.
Meaning 1 out of every 42 babies is a twin.
Gotta be
I don't
something in
think
the
there's
milk.
a reason that they have. Nope,
Huh.
it doesn't state a reason, but
Interesting.
that's just the data.
Wow. Gavin, there's a good chance you could have twins.
Says that my sister was gonna have a twin. Funny enough.
Your sister?
She who shall not be named was going to have a twin
Oh. When?
when she was gonna be born.
She ate it?
Oh, your sister was going to have it. And I was like, when was your sister pregnant? No, your sister was going to have it.
Yeah. Something went down and
So
like
confused.
something happened to my mom's stomach and like she had to go to the hospital because like one of the fetuses died.
Spoiler.
But my sister was the one that survived.
Aww.
So to this day we say she killed her.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Which is funny enough back to Pitch Perfect. Like was it the Asian one that goes like I killed my sister? I ate my sister.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some shit. So when we watched that movie, we joked on She Who Shall Not Be Named about that.
Yes.
Voldemort?
Voldemort. All right. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Be sure to do everything I told you earlier.
Yeah, baby.
And as of right now, we are going to get a pizza from Pizza Hut and eat it to see if it's good.
Yum.